What's up, everyone? Garrett here from Code the Web, and welcome back to the PHP series that we're kind of in the middle here doing. Today, we're going to be getting into something called functions. So, what exactly is a function? Well, good question. Actually, great question. A function is a bit of code that naturally does something that we can kind of save for later, that we can either execute it right then and there, or we can save it for later. We can establish all of our functions first and then save them for later, or we can do both, use them then and there, and then also use them later, or whichever way you want to do it. But nevertheless, that's what they are. They are bits of code that are saved, that can be saved for later. So to give you guys a little bit, some experience with functions, we're gonna use, first off, we're gonna take a look at some functions that PHP already has built in. And there's a lot of them, but here are a few that I think that maybe will help you guys out throughout your travels and coding journeys and experiences. So we're going to start off with some string functions. So if you remember, a string is a bit of code. Well, a string is just text. It's not necessarily code. It's text. So let's start off by creating a string. We're going to make this string. We're going to create a variable name, and it's going to equal my name, which is Garrett. And below that, actually right there, we're going to create a function inside of this. We're going to create a function inside of a variable here. We're going to call this variable bit, because we're going to be taking a bit of my name. So we're going to say str. This is the built-in function. So this variable is going to equal this built-in function. So str. Or actually, take that back. It's going to be sub str, and the reason is because we're going to be taking a little bit of my name, so that's the function that does that. So, whoops, that's not where I wanted that. This is going to be name, the variable name. So this is where it's going to take the bit of the text from. It's going to be name, and then what number we want it to start at, and what number we want it to end at. And then right below, since we have this in a variable, that means we can kind of execute this at a different, different time. So it's saved for later. So we're gonna say echo bit, and when we refresh this page, it says it's the first 4 letters of my name. If we wanted to start, let's say we wanted to start at 2 or at 3 rather, and we wanted to end at 7. Well, that's the last 4 letters of my name. And we can do whatever we want here. So I just thought I would show you guys that little bit. Now, here's another one that we want to do. We're going to keep this variable named bit just because it's already set up there for us. But what we're going to do is we're going to take away all of those numbers at the end. And we're going to change this to str2 and then upper. Hope that's spelled right. And, of course, it basically took the string and made it go to uppercase. Now let's say we had some more uppercase things in here, like an R, that's not a T, right? Because we can also make this to lower, and that'll work just the same. Now everything's lowercase. So those are some examples of string functions that you can use. Let's take a look at some others though. So now let's say, what about we want to see what the position of a certain letter is. So str pos, pos, and this takes 2 arguments. Just like the substring took 3 arguments. The argument 1 was the variable that the string that we're going to be taking the information from, in which case we have it set up as a variable, and the next one was the number at which place to start, and the last one was the number at which case to end. Instead, this one takes 2 arguments, and that is the string we're going to be taking the information from, and then the place in which we want to take the information from. So if we do that, we can get anything. Cool. Oh, I know why. Because we shouldn't have put in a number, we should put in a letter. So in the second spot, which is right there, because remember we start counting from 0, so 0, 1, 2, that's right there. Then we got the R, and let's see if we change that back to lowercase. Do we get 2? No, we just get that one right there. Okay, so, and we can see where's the E. What place is that? That's in the 4th spot. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's good to know, right? Now let's see where's the T. Okay. Oh, it's in the 5th. All right, cool. So that's some, some strings or some functions or string functions. Let's now take a look at something that we can do with math, with numbers. So let's say we're going to change this variable name here to number, and we're going to make it 10 point whatever that is. Now let's say we want to have this maybe rounded up, because we can do that. That's cool math, right? We can round things up. So we're going to round that. And it's also no longer the name, so we're going to change it to the right variable. Oh, and we also didn't echo anything. We're going to make that the right variable as well. That would help. Or, no, actually, that should be round, shouldn't it? There we go. It's 11. Okay, well, what if we made it a little bit harder? Let's say like 4. What would that be? 10. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we got that. That is capable of rounding the number, whatever it is, no matter how big it is. How about, let's say we wanted to do something, random. Okay, so we're going to create a number. We're going to actually, no. This is actually even more simple than any of this was, really. We're going to echo, and then we're going to echo rand. This is the function name rand. That's for random. We're going to echo a random number between 0 and 100. Go. Let's see what we got. 12. Okay. How about again? 48, 60, 28. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, we're able to choose a random number, just like so. Okay, so now let's try something else. Let's try working functions and arrays. Okay, so we know what an array is. An array is basically a list of things, and we know what a function is. It's a bit of code that we can execute at a later time or right then and there. Or PHP also, obviously, as we've seen just now, has some built-in functions that we can utilize to do some pretty cool stuff. So let's create a variable called names. That's not how you spell names. It's actually not even close to how you spell names, but nevertheless. And this variable is going to be equal to array, but we're not going to actually specify what any of the values of the array are. Instead, we're going to use this built-in function called array underscore push. And what that does is basically it allows us to add things to an array. So we need to specify where the array is. So in this case, it's going to be names. And then the name that we're going to add to it is Jake. And we're just going to copy and paste this, 5 more times or so. Or whatever amount of times that was. We'll do my name. Why not? We'll do Mike. We'll do Jim. We'll do Harvey, no, like that. And we'll do Rachel, something like that. Okay, so now let's see. We want to see if that worked. So let's see if we can now echo the count. This is another function, right? How many values are inside of names, or how many values are inside of the array, which is what names equals. So count names. It's 6. Okay, cool. We have 6. Let's how about if we see if we can talk to if we can actually get some of the values. What are they? So echo names, and then how about what's in the 4th spot? Harvey is in the 4th spot. How about the 3rd? What would that come out to? We got Jim is in the 3rd spot. I think that was the 3rd, right? Okay, so now we see that that we can do that. So what are some others that we can do? That's right. There's even more. There's a lot of different cool stuff that we can do. So how about if we do echo we're going to do this function called sort, and we're going to sort names. Whoops. 1. No, that's not what we wanted to do. So what if we don't echo that? We just execute that, right? And now we're going to echo. We're going to join them together. Now this is one. If you'll notice, when we echo them, we can really only echo one at a time, but we don't want to do that. We want to do them all at once. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to have like so, and we're going to do comma there again, and then we're also going to add a space here, and then we're going to do the names, the variable, and we're going to see what this gets us. Hopefully something awesome. Nice. So what did this do? Now, and I know the mistake that we made, when we did this sort thing, we tried to echo it, but we didn't want to do that. Really what we wanted to do was sort just organizes them. It doesn't actually, display them. We can't do that. So we wanted to organize them first, and then we wanted to print all of them in order, and I guess that would be alphabetical order. That's what that looks like to me. So everyone, thank you for watching very, very much. If you haven't already, even more so what I would recommend doing is subscribing, because I got some awesome content coming out. You can do so by clicking right there. If you haven't already, definitely follow us on Twitter and give us a like over on Facebook. Both links will be in the description, and the reason you should do that is because we've got some awesome content that comes out over there that doesn't come out on YouTube. And also rate and comment if you appreciate and if you like the video, and if you have any feedback or suggestions or something maybe you want to see me make in a video, then definitely put that in the comments below. So as always, thank you for watching, guys. I really do appreciate the support, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Take care.